So here I have one of the cacao seeds that has not been cleaned. It was just soaking in a cup. Let me show you. They were soaking in a regular cup here, and there's several of them in there. They have not been cleaned, but yet maintaining the moisture, and already the flesh, even though it's still on, is separating, and the root is coming right out of the bottom. So today what we're going to do is, we talked about how in nature, you know, there's no one running around taking the seeds and planting them. They just kind of decompose, the flesh comes off, and then they grow and develop the root right there if the conditions are right. So we're going to make the conditions right by preparing a nice soil mix, and we're going to do a community pot. So this is a community pot, is what it's going to be. Is we're going to space these out. We're going to plant them with the root pointing downwards, and we're going to go down the size of the seed depth. Okay, so as long as the seed is, we're going to go that deep and just a teeny little bit more. Okay, so we'll start in the front with the clean seed, and we'll just place it in there and then just cover it. That's all I did, is place it in there and cover it. Then we're going to take the other seeds that I had shown you here, that some have roots coming out, some don't, and we're going to bring them towards the back, because we're going to find out how well these will germinate even though they haven't been cleaned. Because if you didn't notice, cleaning them is a slippery, challenging feat. You look over here, as I try to clean them and take off the flesh, it takes forever. It took me like a minute, maybe 2 minutes just to get it off there. It's ridiculous. So it takes a lot of work to take it off. It takes a lot of work to clean it. So if you look over here, you'll see the ones that were cleaned. They have the little roots already developing as well. Here's another one. See that? That root's developing there. So again, we're going to plant just a few like this, the way that you're told to do it, and we're going to plant the other ones the way nature would do it. Okay, so what I've done is, I went ahead and I planted in the front here the cacao that was cleaned. The cleaned cacao are all in the front, so 2 rows in the front, and I did 2 rows in the back with the cacao plants that were not cleaned. Like I showed you earlier, a lot of them already have the roots coming out, but it's going to go in there. I mean, it's already in there. 6 this way, 6 this way, 6 and 6. The clean seeds in the front, the unclean seeds in the back. I think they're all going to do great, and we'll show them to you when they're done. All right, so if you're going to plant your coffee, the best way that I have found, the absolute best way, is to get fresh, very, very nice ripe berries. So if you have someone who has coffee plants, get some ripe berries from them. Now, this is a nice, perfectly ripe berry. This is one that I just took the flesh off. And interestingly enough, it is one solid cherry, or one solid bean. That's called a pea berry. And the pea berries are rare, okay? You don't get that many of them, but on a large plant, you may get, 10% or 5 or 6% might be pea berries. One solid berry. Normally, 90% or more of the time, you get 2 separate beans. That's the way you typically get it. The pea berry is reputedly going to taste better. I don't know, but that's what they say. So you end up with a pea berry, is when one large berry is in there, and then this is what it looks like when it's ready to be planted. And then when you plant them, just take them, maybe soak them for 1 or 2 nights in some moisture to make sure they pick up some moisture, and then go ahead and plant them. Now you can clean them, or you can just plant them without taking off that external mucilage, and it works out pretty good most of the time. It's a little erratic sometimes. It depends on how warm your temperatures are, your soil, and if you do it in the wintertime, the success rate is pretty bad. All right, so we talked about the coffee plant. We're going to talk back and forth about the coffee and the cacao, but right now we're back on coffee. This plant right over here is about a 3-year-old plant. It has, believe it or not, already produced some nice berries for me, and I've planted those. And I've already developed young plants. One of the things that's really, really important is you remember that the pH of the soil for your coffee plant can be anywhere from a range of 4.5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.6 works really well. With cacao, it's very similar, except cacao can take a lot more alkalinity, but you shouldn't go above 7. One last word here. I already showed you what the coffee seeds look like, and this is the chocolate plant seed right here. When you clean them off, you'll notice that the shell is all cracked up real bad. It's all cracked, but that's normal. Don't think that you did anything wrong, that your nails broke it when you were removing the the flesh from it. No, it's always going to end up with all these little cracks in it. Anyway, go ahead and you know, check us out. Come back. We like to share what we know. I don't have a coffee plant on my property here to show you, but I will get to one of my friend's places where he's growing a coffee plant, and I'll show you the plant. I'll show you everything as soon as I have time to get out there. Thanks again for watching. I hope you learned a little something, and you'll subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Thank you so much. We'll see you again. Pepe from Pepe's Fruit Trees.